This is IELTS speaking mock test being conducted at MK IELTS and Spoken English Institute. So we shall now begin. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
May I know your full name, please?
My full name is Hemandeep Singh.
Okay, and how may I address you?
You can call me Heman.
Okay, Heman, what do you do?
Well, currently I am a student and I cleared my plus 2 board exams this year and I'm planning for my further studies in abroad.
Okay. And which studies did you opt for in your senior secondary education?
In my senior secondary education, I had commerce, which includes accounts, economics and business studies. I also had maths as an additional subject.
Alright, and which out of these was your most favorite?
Well, my most favorite subject was economics, as I had an excellent teacher. She taught me everything, and I always thought that this subject was difficult, but her way of teaching was so good that I learned to love this subject.
Alright. Was there any subject that you didn't like at all?
I didn't like accounts at all, as it is a very boring subject and the calculations are much difficult. You have to do long questions which takes a lot of time, and even to do a single question, it sometimes would take 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Usually it is seen that students who love maths also feel comfortable doing statistics. So don't you think so?
Yes, in my opinion, students who love math definitely love statistics, as it is, in some way it is also part of maths, as we need to do the graph, which till 10th grade is taught in maths only. And we also have to do some calculations and some basic angles, and we have some knowledge about them.
Okay. Tell me something about your hometown.
I live in Patiala, which is Royal City of Punjab. It is a famous city and it is known for its various educational institutions and historical buildings like the famous Qila Mubarak. It has various tourist attractions and a lot of people come here to visit. I love to live here, and as it has many institutions and I can study wherever I want.
Alright. Let's talk about summer season. Is summer your favorite time of the year? Why or why not?
Yes, summer is my favorite time of the year, as in summer there are a lot of things that we can do which we can do in the other seasons. We can go eat cold things like ice cream and can even drink cold drinks, which my parents restrict in the winters and other seasons as we get sick. We can also go swimming and enjoy water sports. So yeah, it is my favorite season of the year.
Alright. What do you do in summer when the weather is very hot?
Well, whenever the weather is hot or it's scorching heat around the day, I go to hang out with my friends and we go to the pool, and for 2 to 3 hours we just swim there, and we sometimes even eat ice cream and cold things so that we can relax our body and enjoy our time. Or sometimes I even just go to my room and turn on the AC and enjoy my time.
Alright. Did you enjoy the summer holidays when you were at school? Why or why not?
In my school time, I loved the summer holidays, and it was the only part of the year where I would get to visit my relatives and to go on some vacation with my family. It was a break between the school studies, and we could relax from the studies and take a break from the school and have a time to ourselves and spend some time with the family. The best part of the summer holidays was to visit the mountain ranges and some cold places with my family.
Alright. Now your part 1 is done. We are going to have your second round of speaking test, that is cue card round. So I will give you 1 minute to prepare your cue card, and this is your stationery that you can use for jotting down the points. And your cue card is: describe a luxury item that you would like to own in the future. And your time starts now. Your time is up. Now you have 2 minutes to speak on the topic, and you can also refer to the notes that you have taken. and your time starts now.
Well, there are various items which I want to have, but the one which is on the top of my bucket list is a MacBook. I've been wanting this MacBook since 2 to 3 years, and it is a part of my bucket list as I saw one of my friends using it, and when I used it for myself, it was quite smooth, and I haven't seen MacBook type like this before. And it also had some other functions which it was quite good at, and it doesn't even lag for a bit of a second. It is quite similar to a laptop and performs similar tasks, but it is quite faster than it, and some of the laptops stop working after 3 to 4 years as they can perform heavy tasks. But on a MacBook you can easily perform anything, and you can even play heavy games on it, which is quite good for me as I like to play games on my laptop or computer. And even if I run heavy things or heavy applications on it, it won't even lag for a bit of a second. Once I saw my friend using it, and I asked him to give me his MacBook so that I can use it for some time. And after I used it, it was quite good, and I was quite astonished by its functioning. It was so fast and so good. I couldn't compare it to my laptop as my laptop was so slow, and whenever I would turn it on, it would take 5 to 10 minutes. But the MacBook was so fast. Nowadays everyone wants a MacBook as it is made by the famous brand Apple, and it is considered luxury to have one of its product. I would love to have a MacBook as in the future I need to do a lot of tasks on a computer, as I am planning to study abroad. There are various things that I would need to do on it, like preparing some presentations, etc. So I think that I definitely need to buy a MacBook, and I have been saving some money from the past two years, and I will be able to buy it.
Okay, so your time is up. May I have this coupon back, please? Thank you. Okay, so now it's time for your discussion round, and I'm going to ask you general questions on expensive items. Okay, the first question is, which expensive items would many young people in your country like to buy, and why?
In my country, the youngsters like to buy expensive items like supercars or some luxury products which belong to the infamous brands like Apple or Adidas or Nike. They purchase most of them purchase vehicles like a superbike, and even cars which belong to famous brands like Mercedes or Audi. They like to flaunt in front of their friends or family members, so they purchase these expensive items so that they can show off in front of others. They also purchase expensive clothes, even shoes and other stuff. Most of the youngsters in my country are engaged in expensive shopping. They spend around a lot of money while shopping, and they even ask their friends to spend a lot of money so that they can be a part of their growth.
Alright, as you just said that young people in your country love to buy clothes and other these kind of things like vehicles and all. Can you compare the taste of young people in your country with those in the Western countries? Are they same or are they different in some way?
Yes, there is a lot of difference in the youngsters from my country and the Western side.
Mm-hmm.
But the main difference that I think is that in my country, most of the youngsters don't earn for themselves. They just spend their parents' money and show off in front of their friends. They don't know how that it is their parents' hard-earned money, and they need to use it quite usefully, and they shouldn't waste it. But in the Western side, most of the youngsters earn for themselves. They do not spend their parents' money, as their parents teach them to earn for themselves after they are older than 18. So they, whatever they do, they spend their own money, and they know the importance of money and how hard it is to earn the money. So yeah, I think this is the main difference between them.
Alright. Next is, how do the expensive items that the younger people want to buy differ from those that older people want to buy?
When most of the youngsters spend their money on expensive items which are not much useful, like a supercar or a super bike, which serves similar purpose like other cars or bikes, but just eats more petrol or diesel and waste more money, and they have to even spend more money on its maintenance. While on the other hand, old people do not waste their money on these kind of things. They purchase things which are more helpful to them and would help them to earn more money. They invest their money in things which appreciate and whose value increase with the passage of time. For example, the old people like to buy shares of a company which would have a increase in their income.
Alright. Do you think that people are more likely to buy expensive items for their friends or for themselves?
Well, in my opinion, people love to buy expensive items for themselves only, as they don't want to spend their hard-earned money on their friends, and they just don't want to waste a lot of money on it. Yes, they give some gifts to their friends, but they are not expensive. They are quite cheaper. Even I wouldn't spend money on expensive things for my friends. Even if I would have to give something to my relatives, I would give something cheaper, which is affordable to everyone, so that it doesn't give a sense of show off, and they don't think that I am flaunting my money. So most of the people in my country and even in the other countries purchase expensive things for themselves only. For example, most of the people purchase cars, luxury bikes for themselves, but they don't gift it to their friends.
Alright. How difficult is it to become very rich in today's world?
Well, in today's world, there are a lot of ways in which you can become rich, as there are a lot of platforms online which teach us many ways in which we can become rich. Even someone who has just graduated can learn these ways and become rich. It takes a lot of effort, but yeah, it is quite easier than before to become rich, as by just putting a bit of hard work we can become rich and earn a lot of money. Nowadays, even some people who are not even at the age of 18 are becoming millionaires by starting their own business. Even youngsters who are below 15 have their own business and are CEO of their own company, and they have become millionaires, and even more and more people are becoming billionaires, and even the richest man of the world is growing day by day. For example, recently in Mumbai, a 10-year-old child started his own company and has earned a lot of money through it.
Okay. In what ways might rich people use their money to help society?
There are a lot of ways in which rich people can use their money to help the society. They can build various infrastructures which help the society, and they can even feed the poor, homeless guys and provide them with shelter so that they don't have to beg for the money. They can even provide them with some sort of job so that they can earn money for themselves. They can donate money to the society so that it can perform its function. They can even hire someone to clean the society daily or even weekly. They can also invest some money in the overall infrastructure of the society so that it can be improved. So yeah, these are the ways in which rich people can invest their money for improving the society.
Alright, so this brings us to the end of your speaking test. Very well done, thank you. Okay, now you've done really well, but still as a teacher I need to tell you certain points that you must take care of in your final exam. Okay, I would tell you the positives and negatives both, right? I would start with the negative ones first so that we can end up this conversation on a positive note. Okay, so first of all, I would suggest you to use more of contractions, right? They really add an informal tone to the speaking part, which is vital for IELTS speaking, right? For example, you started off saying I live in, I'm from, I am, contraction is am, right? I would, I'd. So these kind of things you can add on in your speaking. Number one. Second, rephrase as much as possible. In many questions, you try to use the similar wording as the question. I would suggest you to use your own words and rephrase as many questions as possible to show your range of structures as well as vocabulary and expressions to the examiner. For example, is summer your favorite part of the season? There was a question like this. Yeah, is summer your favorite time of the year? Why or why not? And you said, yes, summer is my favorite part of the year. Instead of saying this, you can say, yeah, I'm fond of summer season. I love summer season because I get opportunity to, and then your answer. So rephrase as much as possible. Okay, though you used a number of high vocabulary words, still where you could use, it's my responsibility to tell you, you ask someone to give you his or her MacBook, right? Lend is the word for that. So it would have been better, but otherwise it's okay. You pronounced it minutes. It's minutes. Minutes. Okay? And so fast phrase, there was a lot of repetition which I want you to focus on before you go for your final exam. Avoid repeating the phrases or the words. For example, so fast, as it is so fast, because it is so fast, it was repeated many times. Similarly, MacBook was also repeated a lot in your cue card. You could replace it with this product, this item, I want to buy this. Many people want to own this. This means the product you are talking about. There is no need to repeat the name again and again. Okay? Similarly, rich. In the end, someone would become rich, right? So instead of that, you could say become wealthy, earn more money, rephrase more. This is one of the important suggestions for you, so you must take care of it. Okay, then Nike. It's Nike is Nike brand. Vehicles, vehicles. Okay. You can also use the word make for brand, like of this brand, of this make, right? Or earn the money. Okay, this was an option for to become rich. Yeah, these were some of the shortcomings that I noticed, just to make you understand that you can score even better. The bands I am going to give you, because I am going to hold 0.5 today. Just for the sake of improvement, right? I really want to give you a 7, but I would hold 0.5. I'll give you 6.5 today so that you can take into consideration all these suggestions and get a band 7 in your finals. 7 or plus, right? Okay, so some of the wonderful things you did was, you were very fluent in your speaking and your coherence and cohesion was perfectly fine, like how to logically present your answer in front of anyone. Examples that you gave is one of the key things to score higher bands in IELTS speaking, which you gave in almost all the parts, like in first part and also in the third part. In most of the questions you did so well done for that. And the vocab and collocations are the two highlights. That is why I want to give you a 7. Right? So what I can do is I can give you 6.75 today, right? It will be rounded off to 7, right? But I want you to achieve 7 and above in your finals, right? Okay, so restrict, scorching heat, go on vacation, on my bucket list, heavy games is a very good collocation, astonish is a good word, supercars, flaunt, then hard earn the money, show off, right? Graduated, the homeless, all these were very well used, right? And appropriately, accurately used. One more thing that is plus point in your speaking is that you know how to begin answers in a different way. Like somewhere you use I think, I believe, in my opinion. So that's also a very good point. So just focus on a few of the suggestions that I have given you. So you are going to do very well in your finals. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.